Throughout the month of April, in the lead up to Anzac Day, Soldier On and the Australian War Memorial are conducting an awareness and education campaign in the honour of those Australians who returned from the Great War 100 years ago. And now, 100 years later, organisations like Soldier On have the opportunity to do things differently. And in their honour of those that went before us, we have the opportunity to support the men and women who have fought in the contemporary conflicts to ensure that their futures are successful and they are supported throughout the rest of their life. And joining me today to talk about the In Their Honour campaign is the Director of the War Memorial, Dr. Brendan Nelson. Welcome.
Thank you, Matt.
And one of our staunch and strong ambassadors, Mr. Ben Farrar-Inazo. How are you, Ben?
Very good, mate. Good.
And all we want to do today is just have a conversation about the issues that we're going to highlight throughout the month of April, and also shine a light at this very important time on the experiences that the men and women of today are still working their way through. So Dr. Nelson, I thought might be a good opportunity for you to start from a historical perspective and discuss some of the issues and situations that the men and women of 100 years ago experienced on return from the Great War.
Well, Matt, no event so deeply wounded, scarred and divided our country as that of the First World War, and the scale of it is beyond our modern comprehension. We sent 330,000 young Australians overseas from 417,000 that had volunteered. We emerged 4 years later inconsolably mourning 62,000 dead. But just think that by 1930 we had lived with another 60,000 who had died within a decade of returning.
Wow.
Of the 272,000 veterans that came back from the war, we had 170,000 wounded, physically and or psychologically. And of course, they were told the best way to deal with it is just get on with it, don't talk about it. In fact, those returning from Second World War were given the same sort of advice, particularly the POWs. And as you and Ben and the Soldier On family, shall I say, know better than anyone, how do you explain what you've been through to the people you love, let alone the rest of the country? The other phenomenon that we had in the 20s, of course, was that a lot of the families became carers. And they had sons, 18 to 25 years of age, who returned completely different people, physically, psychologically maimed, and they were living at home. It's, as I say, beyond our comprehension. There's a lot more we know now, there's a lot of things we're better at now, and you guys are a big part of that solution.
Throughout the month of April, as I said, we'll, together with the War Memorial, Soldier On will be telling some of these stories. But we'll also be telling some of the contemporary stories as well about the men and women who fought in East Timor, Iraq, Afghanistan, Rwanda, who have hardships that they've been through as well since they've returned home. And a lot of the issues that were seen back in 1919, those feelings of isolation, those feelings of not wanting to share your story to your family, still exist today. And I suppose this might be a good time now, Ben, maybe to talk through what you think maybe some of the issues that the contemporary veterans are facing right around Australia right now.
I think it's important to remember that our servicemen and women have continued to serve since the Second World War, since Vietnam, in a range of conflicts, some which are well understood and recognised by the Australian community, and others that perhaps go under the radar.
Yeah.
It's important to recognise that we have friends, families out there that have committed their life to service, but it's also worth taking the time to remember those that have suffered and sacrificed so much, either physically or psychologically as a result of their service. And to take note that we as a community, in thanking them for their service, also must commit to them and showing them that we've got their backs and able to support them when they return home to their homes and our country. As a sign of and a way of saying, thank you for your service.
Like this institution that sits behind me, I think it holds a special place in the Australian psyche. It gives people that have served and their families a place to come and remember,
Yes.
to come and share their stories, and to come and heal. And at Soldier On, our organisation, the Soldier On family, is out there every day supporting men and women that have served, as you know, Ben. So how can you help? In the month of April, Soldier On and the War Memorial, in their honour, will be raising awareness of the veterans of 100 years ago and the men and women of today. And we ask you to support us in doing this work. Go to www.soldieron.org.au and support us, because we need you so we can continue to help those who need us. Thank you.